For our next game, I'm gonna let you both just kind of go off because you guys went off in the chat for this game. I'm gonna have you both just go. I'm not gonna interfere. I'm not gonna talk. I want to have you both go and say your piece with this game, and that is the Bills Seahawks game, which is another one of those just honestly ridiculously bizarre games that made no sense to anybody at all today. Brandon, I'll have you go first. I will have you go and then Shane go. I won't talk. Just go off.
So first off, I'll say it's been a couple of hours since the game, and I've kind of calmed down a little bit and been able to think a bit. This defense is not going to be good this year, and I've kind of been able to stop kidding myself. I honestly thought like, oh, we'll get Jamal Adams back, we'll get all these players back, yada yada yada. It'll be great. We'll have Quinton Dunbar, yada yada.
Well, Dunbar is playing through a knee injury, so
that is true. He's flown through a knee injury, and I think that might have been one of the factors today in the fact that he got kind of just trounced a lot. He couldn't cover, he couldn't whatever. I did have a problem with what some of the people were saying about Jamal Adams, saying that he's just a glorified fourth linebacker. He had like no backup from the cornerbacks today, so I'd say that. But I think the Seahawks, what their big thing on defense is, they need to get out of cover 3. They need to try something different because it's not working. They're just letting people like sit in the middle of the coverage, pick up short passes, and then run. Because the problem is in the NFL, unlike the college, players once they pick up speed are actually hard to tackle. I'm like I have nothing bad to say about our offense really, because after the first couple drives, they started getting it together, you know? Like they actually did their usual thing. I mean, yes, Russell had a couple interceptions. Okay.
I think part of the reason for the interceptions though is because he has this like pressure on himself that he has to carry the team.
And I was I was about to say, like, in the interceptions, thinking about it for a bit, the interceptions came from the fact that Russell was being forced to play hero ball. Like, he was being forced to just, like, put it up there. I mean, hell, you look at the touchdown Russell threw after he got stripped of the ball, where he just rolls out and throws the ball like 50 yards for a touchdown. 60, whatever. Yeah. And I'm like, to Moore just standing there in the end zone, I'm like, this is so frustrating that we have an offense that can do that, but yet a defense that just... Obviously, they're not going to give up Ken. They're not going to fire Ken Norton Jr.
Well, they should, and if you want to, there's a petition right here. It already has 2,800 signatures. I signed it today.
They don't care about petitions. They're not going to... Whatever. But here's my thing, right? You'd think that when you do the same thing over and over again, you'd think you would try a different format. Like when you're writing a paper, if one format doesn't work for you, you try something else. My second thing is talking about the O-line. And this has to do with a game we'll talk about later, but I just have to say this one thing. Why the hell is Tom Cable able to put together a good line on a different team, but not the Seahawks? Like, what the fuck?
Okay, I will say, though, their offensive line looks better than I thought it would. It's not great, but it's fine for now, I think.
But like, and I said something during the game. I was like, "Oh, this team's not gonna make the playoffs, right?" I think I was being rash. Like, this team will definitely make the playoffs. I was looking at their schedule.
Well, they will, but
I was looking at their schedule. They play they go the Rams next week, then the Cardinals, and then they get to have the Jets, the Giants, and the Washington football team. which I don't know. This team on some days looks amazing, and some days looks like they shouldn't even have 6 wins.
Yeah, I mean, like last week, we were looking at them like, oh, this is a Super Bowl team right here. Now this week, I'm like, ugh.
And honestly, like this year, I don't really know how to feel about this season. Like because all these players are playing on under such weird situations.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not counting it as like an asterisk season. But if the Seahawks don't end up making the Super Bowl and winning, I'm not about to be like, oh, this team sucks. Because frankly, this team has so many pieces for the future that I believe that we will see them in the Super Bowl in the next couple years.
Yeah, that's that's the thing. I mean, this team has so many, especially on defense. I mean, they have so many good pieces. They should not be performing as badly as they are. That's why I don't think it's a personnel issue, and I think it's a coaching issue. Because, like you said, they need to drop their scheme. And I don't know. I think, I think you need to get Ken Norton out. It's time. He's done nothing. Get in somebody that can, drop an actual good scheme that works to their strengths so that they can actually be effective like they should be. That way, instead of having Russ, cook like well done with his steak, just trying to do everything, then you can just let Russ cook at like a nice medium,
like a medium rare,
with like a little crispy on the outside, and just nice and
juicy
in the middle, nice and juicy. Just what we need him to do.
Oh my god! So we got school analogies and steak analogies today. Perfect for what was a weird Sunday. Okay, so
it's like Colin Coward. I like all of his analogies. I want to start doing it.
We can definitely do more analogies. It's certainly fun. So there was an interesting observation made on Twitter today. I forgot who talked about this, but there was an interesting thing that I didn't actually notice during the game until I sort of reviewed it after a little bit. So the Seahawks played a cover 3 for about 3 quarters. And in the fourth, they played a blitz game. That's why the whole Jamal Adams as a linebacker thing. They played a blitz-heavy scheme, which I don't really understand why you would when you're losing by 20.
It works.
I mean, it works to a degree. I don't think there's one scheme that works with this team. I really don't.
Yeah, I mean, here's the funny thing. Honestly, they were trying to fix their pass rush. They fixed their pass rush. That was not their problem today.
It was
their
really
problem was coverage.
They had like what, 10 sacks?
Yeah, they got 10 sacks. They fixed their pass rush. They're certainly getting to their quarterback, but like now you just got to figure out how to like mix coverage. with pass rush. Like,
see, that's the weird part, right? That is the strange part about this defense. It's like if we try to fix the coverage, if we just focus completely on the coverage, then the pass rush looks horrible.
Yeah.
Then if we try to do the pass rush, the coverage looks horrible. There's no way.
How do you know, though?
I mean, so let's see. I got to look back at some other games earlier in the year.
The only reason I say that is just because I think the reason that the pass rush looked so good today is because you have Jamal back, and now you have Dunlap, who looked fantastic.
Right.
So I think that kind of like solves itself in a way.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I guess. But like, I'm honest. Like, would you rather? So, I mean, we've watched Jamal Adams play, his whole career with the Jets and now at the Seahawks. And obviously, he's playing and a much more comfortable speed in Seattle. But, in his career, is he really a guy, especially with this team, someone you want to see blitzing the quarterback all the time?
Yeah.
Because I don't know if that's the best move.
I feel like he's someone that you use in, I don't know all the time, but you definitely use him as a blitzer because he's someone who.
No, but that's what I'm asking is what is the percentage variation of when you use Jamal Adams as a blitzer versus a coverage safety?
Well, I would
Like, I
ask
can
the
benefit you
I
over
would
the
ask
top.
the question: who was the defensive coordinator in 2013 when we
Dan
had
Quinn.
like the Legion of Boom?
Dan Quinn.
We're gonna bring
He's
back
Exactly.
unemployed at
Quinn.
the moment.
Exactly. He's unemployed. He knows how to deal with. He knows how to work with a very similar group of guys like he worked with in the Legion of Boom. I mean, it's pretty freaking obvious.
It's similar in terms of format and like how they're structured.
He has the same type of guys like in there. And honestly, like if you brought Dan Quinn in and moved Ken Norton Jr. back to linebackers coach like he did, don't get me wrong, Ken Norton Jr. He's a great linebackers coach. He knows how to do that, but he's not a defensive coordinator. My thing is this, right? Bring in Dan Quinn because Dan Quinn knows how to shore up the middle of the field where like they're just dinking and dunking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that is the ultimate conclusion, or else we're gonna keep having this conversation the rest of the year.
But will they do
Well,
anything even remotely like that, though?
I mean, honestly, I just refuse to have this conversation again. Like, even if they keep doing it, I'm just gonna like until the Seahawks actually do anything good. I am
You're done.
boycotting conversation of the Seahawks.
You're done. We're gonna talk about the other team.
Done.
You
You're
want to march? You want to march down to the VMAC and protest about it?
Sure. Hey, ho ho! Ken Norton's got to go.
Oh my God, we have a chant. What is happening in this show today? We have chants. We have analogies. What is going on? Oh my God.
We're making it zesty.
We're making it incredibly weird, which is I think correct for this type of
Reflective
this type of
today.
Sunday.